Many students trying to succeed in the Boston Public Schools also have to struggle with the effects of trauma, and they need as much help as they can get from their parents and the community. One response to that need is a training program for mothers offered by the Boston Public Schools and Mothers for Justice and Equality. To tell us about the program are the network liaison for the Office of Engagement in the Boston Public Schools, Monica Lynch, and from Mothers for Justice and Equality, the Community Engagement Coordinator, Karena Longo. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
I want to start with Karena. This is something that very much stems from a terrible day at Jeremiah Burke High School when a student was fatally shot, and Mothers for Justice were on the scene pretty soon after that.
We went to the Burke School the day after the shooting and spoke to the principal, and we sat with some of the students and had pizza and just really was there to help support them. Yeah. And so that following Monday, that was a Thursday, and then that Monday we went back and set up a Mother's Corner Cafe with mothers who are MJE members and have lost children to street violence. And we're there to support and help with the parents and the students.
Monica, you work with parent engagement in a more general way, and you also you try to help parents through Parent University at the Boston Public Schools. So what made you decide to partner with Mothers for Justice and Equality?
So I work for the Office of Engagement, and part of the Office of Engagement is Parent University, who is the official partner with Mothers for Justice and Equality on this wonderful workshop series we're offering families. So Parent University is in the business of educating and empowering families to be advocates and partners, lifelong teachers in their child's education, and that includes being able to deal with the whole child and being able to do things at home to support your child. So with these types of things happening in the community, we think parents need to be armed with how to deal with and recognize trauma and how to deal with it at home and how to support their children and themselves in dealing with trauma.
Karena, when we talk about trauma, it's not just when there's violence. There could be trauma with a breakup in the family, or there could be a housing problem. People even become
Correct,
homeless.
Homelessness, poverty. Right. Yes. Yep.
Coming back to Monica, what should parents be looking for with their children? Because I mean, you can make a general assumption. You live in a community with a lot of violence, but you know, when someone's really feeling that in a personal way, what should parents be looking to see exactly?
So before I answer that, I do want to make sure that I make it clear that this opportunity is made available because of the partnership, the grant that was being offered by the Massachusetts Office of Victim and Assistance, MOVA. So they are the ones who are funding this, and that is why we're able to partner with Mothers for Justice and Equality on this. So as far as what people should be looking for, I will definitely leave that to the experts to say, but my thoughts would be definitely being in tune with your child. You know your child when they are at their rest period, I'll say. So you can begin to recognize signs when they're not their normal selves, and then just start to ask questions. Check in, see if anything odd happened. That should be part of a normal daily routine, I would suggest, that families have with their children.
Karena, what do you think about in terms of signs that parents should be on the alert
behavior, the type of people that they're hanging around, if there's a change in friends, and absenteeism, things like that. Yeah.
Right. Karena, these workshops are about personal development and leadership development. What does that mean for parents?
So for it's our You Matter program. So for our You Matter program, our personal leadership development program is specifically, it gears towards women. It's a trauma-informed program. And so it helps women, it's an 8-week program that helps women really come from a place of isolation to engagement and advocacy. And we do that by creating a space of community, and women work on vision boards where they present their past, their present, and their future, and where they really, and so they can see where they really would like to go personally, as well as where they want to bring their community.
Monica, what is it that draws parents to some of the training and the engagement that follows after? Because it's not just about going to a meeting in a school and talking to administrators and teachers. I mean, I guess it's partly because you're talking to other parents.
Absolutely. So at our core, we believe that all families want the best for their children, and that all families will do the best for their children if they know how to do it. And so what we're doing is giving them the knowledge, the skills, the encouragement to be that advocate and to learn what they need to learn so that they can be actively involved in their child's education. Some of our parents have not had a good experience themselves in the education system, and so that alone is a trauma that we're trying to help them overcome. They really have a hard time dealing with the school system because of their own experiences, and we try to help encourage them to overcome that because it's so important that they help their children succeed.
Karena, these workshops, it's not just like going to school after work. Yeah, people get to have something to eat and get to know each other a bit too.
Yeah. So we offer, depending on the program, with the time of the program, we'll offer a lunch or light dinner. But it really is, it's very interactive. They write reflections and then they'll read them in the class. There's a lot of prayer, and it really creates a sense of community. Some of the women have actually we've had women who've gone through the program and then have literally filled the class with their friends. And so it has created such a wonderful network and support system for the mothers.
And finally, one of the things I remember about that day at the Burke, shortly after the shooting, when the men in the community came to meet the students, it's just so great to have the adults engage that way.
It is. And I think that what I find is that when this happens in a community, that is when they realize that they're not alone, and we need to capture that before incidents like shootings happen.
Well, before we move on, I want to ask Monica, if people want any general information about Parent University, is there some way they can pursue that? Absolutely.
They can always call our Title I office. The number is 617-635-7750, or they can always email parentuniversity@bostonpublicschools.org.
And Karena, if people want to take part in these workshops, they're starting this week on Thursday, right?
Yes, Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Grove Hall Library, and they can contact me at 617-516-8086.
And you also have an email too?
I do. It's klongo@mothersforjusticeandequality, all one word, .org.
All right. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Karena Longo from Mothers for Justice and Equality and Monica Lynch from the Boston Public Schools. In a moment, workshops on ways to save money on the cost of energy. But first, this message.